Hi guys, Peter Finch here down at St Anne's Old Links, and I've got a product review for you today, and it's a slightly different one, and it's something that quite a few you guys have been asking for, and I don't think I've seen another review on this out there at the moment in time. So this is the Bettinardi Model 1, the arm lock putter. So this is the putter that Matt Kuchar is currently using on the PGA Tour to great effect, and this has kicked up a little bit of controversy because this is a putter which has survived the anchoring ban because it's a lock to the body rather than an anchor from the body, which, you know, maybe a subtle difference, but a difference nonetheless. So it's managed to survive all the bans which have been thrown at all the rest of the putters, and it is a very interesting piece of kit. So just to explain a little bit about what this all involves. The stats of all this is a heel-toe weighted putter, so it's a face balance putter, so there's no toe hang or anything else. Bettinardi say it's got a feel impact technology face, which basically moves it's 55% of the material from the face, which they say has a more softer feel. All Bettinardi putters are all milled from the same kind of billet of steel, so this is a mild carbon steel. Now this putter, it's a heavy putter for a start. I mean, it's a long putter. This is the same kind of length as my counterbalance, my TaylorMade, but it's 400 grams. And the most interesting part of this, because of the way it locks onto the left arm, it's got 7 degrees of loft, so it's got the most loft of kind of any putter you're particularly likely to try. The length of this putter is at 39, but it can go higher than that depending on your height, and it's always probably best getting fitted for this, I imagine. It's got a slightly different face than other Bettinardis that I've seen. It's got apparently 55% of the material removed away from the face to give it a softer feel, but we'll have to see if that's the case. And because of the lock style, it's got a 2.5 shaft offset. Basically, the hosel of the club is bent so much and the loft is so high that it forces the club forwards into what you class as a very aggressive forward press, so it's against the left arm, and that kind of negates the amount of loft which is on there. But yeah, it's an odd looking one so far. I've not hit that many putts with it though, so that's what this review is all going to be about. Other stuff, it's got a big lambkin grip on there. There's a pewter finish apparently, it looks quite nice, and the lie angle is 71 degrees. So those are all the kind of ins and outs and the numbers, which I've done exceptionally well to remember. But the main thing about this is, how does it look to me and how does it feel to me, and is this something that you guys want to get hold of? Now, I did a little bit of practice with these yesterday, so I'm not totally blind as to what this putter will be like, but I'm glad I did have a bit of a practice with it yesterday, because it's certainly a very unusual sensation when you're putting with it. So it's got a nice white head cover, we'll leave that to the sand. It's got milled in the USA and Kuchar signature on there, but yeah, that's not the most important thing, so I'm going to pop that down there. The most odd thing about this is when you actually stick it down, it actually looks, visually, it looks like a really nice putter, like on its own. So it's a nice shaped head. It's kind of like a, well, it's an answer style design with a bit more of a fat bit on the end of it. So it's a fat answer, if you want to look at it like that. But when you look down on it, it's got that nice pewter finish, like I just said. It looks really nice. It looks visually very impressive. But you can't fail to notice the fact that it's got a lot of loft on it. It's got a driver amount of loft on it. Low lofted driver, but 7 degrees worth of loft. So if you were to put that down and try and putt with it, you'd get a massive launch off that initial putt before it gets rolling, which isn't ideal. So you need to somehow manage to reduce this loft. That's where all the arm lock comes in. So how to actually get set up with this is the most interesting and probably the most strange feeling part of it, because it looks, like I said, very good when you put it down. But to actually get set up correctly, you're pretty much gripping it halfway down the grip and then pressing it, almost like you're trying to bow your left wrist in a little bit, trying to bow it this way, and pressing it into the left forearm. Now, that in itself is a strange feeling, but when you actually get settled over the ball, what it does, it negates the amount of loft that's on there by getting the shaft leaning a long way ahead. And because the actual neck is bent back so much, it actually frames the ball pretty well, but it looks strange. It does look odd to someone who's used to using a standard putter for so long, and I imagine it probably would look a little odd to everyone who tried it first time. So once you're kind of getting set up like that, the issue that I found when I was having a quick try with it the other day is that as I kind of pressed it like this, I felt that my shoulders were quite a long way open to the target line I wanted to get it started at. So what I had to do then is just feel like my shoulders were rotated a little bit more. Now, the feeling of this it's actually off the face, it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice. It feels quite solid. I think this is slightly right to left. No, not that right to left. It's actually feeling really, really solid. It feels quite soft, but also quite solid. Now, all Bettinardi putters are milled from the same kind of billet of steel, so you'd imagine the actual feel of these to be very, very nice. And Bettinardi is always a name that you associate with great putters. So the actual feel and the quality of this construction, that's not really in question. It is very, very good. But the whole look of the putter and the whole feel of the putter, it's unusual, not only in the sense of kind of how it feels, not how, well, how it feels in the body, not off the face, but how the whole body feels when you're getting set up. Because it's a totally new posture almost that you have to adapt. It's a whole new set of feelings that you have when you're actually over the ball. However, if you can actually get over the strangeness of it, it kind of does what it says on the tin. Because that's locked into the left arm, all you really need to do is just rock the shoulders back and through, because this whole arm-hand unit is locked together. It can't break down. If it does break down, it's going to come away from the forearm, and you're really going to know about it. You're really going to feel it. So as you're getting kind of set up, and that is locked into that left forearm, all you have to do then is shoulders back and through. Just manage to keep that pace up, and there's nothing really that's going to break down. There's nothing massive that can go wrong, to be honest. However, the strangeness of the feeling, I think, would be quite difficult for some people to overcome. But that's not up to me. That's not up to me. That's up to other people to actually have a go with it, get used to it, and see what it's like for them. I'm actually a little bit on the fence as to what I'm going to do with this, if I'm actually going to put this in the bag or not. Because, really, yesterday and today, when I've been having a little bit of a putt with it, it's pretty much gone exactly where I wanted it to. That first putt, it went on the line I wanted to, just was a little bit right. I've adjusted, and it's gone exactly where I wanted it to second time round. It feels great as well. It's just, can I get over the weird sensation to begin with? And will it perform in competition as well? So I'm pretty happy with it, if I'm honest with you. I'm happy with how it does do what it says it does. I'm happy with how it looks. I'm happy with how it feels. It's just getting over that strange sensation. But certainly if it's kind of working for Kuchar, and him and Bob Bettinardi worked together to actually design this, yeah, they kind of know what they're talking about. So I would definitely give it a go, as strange as it is. Right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please comment in the box below. Let me know what you think. If you have any other questions about this, I will try and answer as well. And I appreciate you watching. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well. And we'll see you down here next time.